Next, spray a piece of cutaway stabilizer with a bit of adhesive. Smooth the applique fabric on top, and then place the template on top. You can use a bit of spray adhesive to keep the paper from moving in the next step. Cut out the shapes. This will give you applique fabric pieces that are exactly the size that you'll need to make the photo ornament. If you don't have embroidery software, you can embroider the die lines directly onto the fabric. To do this, cut a piece of fabric and cutaway stabilizer a bit larger than your hoop. Spray the stabilizer with a bit of adhesive and smooth the fabric on top. Hoop the fabric and stabilizer together. Load the die line file to your machine and embroider it. If the design has more than one die line for the front, that is, if the front of the photo ornament has 2 or more fabric pieces, then sew each die line separately. Embroider the die line for the back piece onto fabric and stabilizer too. When the die lines have finished sewing, unhoop the fabric and cut out the shapes. Now that all the fabric pieces are cut and ready to go, it's time to embroider the ornament. Hoop a piece of tearaway stabilizer. Load the full embroidery file to your machine. That's the file that begins with the numbers 24 or 25. The first part of the design to sew is another die line. This traces the area where you'll put the first fabric piece. Give the back side of the first fabric piece a quick shot of spray adhesive. Place the fabric piece right inside the die line. A tack down stitch will sew next. This binds the fabric to your stabilizer so it stays in place for the rest of the embroidery. If you have a design that has multiple applique pieces for the front, place each piece in the die lines as they sew. After the tack down stitches, other details of the design will sew, including the inner border. On the color change sheet, you'll see a note that says back piece tack down. When you reach this point, stop the machine and remove the hoop. Carefully remove the stabilizer from the center opening. Cut the photo a bit larger than the opening and tape it in place. You can add a loop of ribbon to the ornament too, although this is optional. Cut a 6-inch length of ribbon. Tape the ends of the loop to the wrong side of the back piece, about 1 inch from the top edge of the fabric. Spray the back side of the back fabric piece with adhesive and add it right inside the die line that you'll see on the back of the embroidery. Tape the ribbon to the side of the hoop so it doesn't get sewn over. The rest of the steps will show on the front and the back of the ornament. We're going to wind a bobbin with the same color thread that we're using in the top so that the back side has a nice finished look. Attach the hoop to the machine and continue embroidering. A zigzag or tack down stitch will sew, holding the back fabric in place. Then the outer borders will sew, finishing the edges of the ornament. If your machine has one last centering stitch, that's where the hoop returns to the center to cut the thread, then be sure to stop your machine before it does this, or you'll get a needle perforation in your picture. Unhoop the stabilizer and gently tear the excess away.